Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. This is the big one. My predictions for the 2024-2025 Formula E season. Who is going to be champion in 2025? The 11th season of Formula E gets underway in just a couple of days, and it's time to get my thoughts on every team and driver, their finishing position, and hopefully we will do better than last year. In season 10, I counted every position I was out by, and the total number rose to a staggering 82. I was wrong by 82 places. That's not good enough. My goal for this year is to at least get it under 50. Given my past errors in judging this series, and just how difficult it has been to predict over the years, I'm not hopeful. But play along, let me know your predictions in the comments below. Subscribe so you don't miss my reaction video in July 2025. And let's jump into my Formula E Season 11 predictions. Mahindra 11th. With Eduardo Mortara 21st and Nick De Vries 20th. Mahindra are now the only team who have remained the same since Season 1, and they have been on a downhill slope ever since those early seasons. The team peaked in 2016-17 with a third in the Constructors, but their last 5 finishing positions are 9th, 8th, 10th and 10th. So this year I am expecting them to take the final step down to the bottom of the team's championship. Even with championship winning Nick De Vries and a runner-up in Eduardo Mortara, even though they have 10 Formula E wins between them, they only finished 16th and 18th in 2024, and I think they're going to continue that form into Season 11. Nick De Vries will take a 5th place somewhere, but only score a couple of points finishes, whilst Mortara will only be fighting for scraps at a few races in 2025. Cupra Kiro 10th, with Dan Ticktum 16th and David Beckman 22nd. The team may yet have had another rebrand, but they have held on to Dan Ticktum for the 4th year in a row. He's a good driver, but he only scores points rarely. That's more down to the car than his talent. He only scored points at one race in 2024, but it was an incredible drive to 4th at Misano. Now the team have ditched their own power plant and replaced it with a Porsche powertrain, and I'm interested to see if that gives Ticktum a boost to more regular points finishes. I'm not expecting miracles, but 16th overall would be a good season for him. His best yet. David Beckman is replacing Sergio Sette Camara. He made 2 appearances for Andretti at Jakarta a couple of years ago, but this is his first full-time drive in Formula E. I'm not expecting much from him, maybe points, but he'll be at the bottom of the points table. McLaren 9th with Sam Bird 14th and Taylor Barnard 19th. Sam Bird is kept on for another season at McLaren. He took the Woking-based team's first win in Formula E last year at Sao Paulo, but overall it was a pretty nothing season for Bird. He has 12 Formula E wins, only Di Grassi and Buemi have more, and Felix da Costa and Mitch Evans also have 12. That's how successful Sam Bird has been in Formula E, and his experience will be important, but I can't see McLaren doing anything special in Season 11. I think they'll drop to 9th, and it'll be another mediocre year. Taylor Barnard is a very promising young talent who wouldn't look out of place on the Formula 1 sidelines. He scored points in 2 of his 3 races with McLaren last year and took AIX's first win in Formula 2. He is really good, but this will be a learning year for a very young driver. Maybe a good race here and there, but only a points in a few. Lola Yamaha Apt 8th, with Lucas Di Grassi 15th and Zane Maloney 17th. A new outfit for Season 11 is the exciting Lola Yamaha Apt entry, taking former champion Lucas Di Grassi and swiping talented Barbadian Zane Maloney from Formula 2. Zane Maloney will be the only debutant in the Sao Paulo E-Prix, and his inexperience will be his biggest barrier. But I have to say he is clearly an incredible talent, and I think we'll see a couple of standout races from him this year. Lucas Di Grassi hasn't been at his best for at least 4 years now, no wins since London 2022, and he finished 23rd overall last season. That was last out of all of the full-time drivers. But it's still Lucas Di Grassi. A lot depends on where the car is. If it has the pace early on, then Di Grassi will score points. And no matter what, he will do better than 2024. But I don't think we'll ever see him being a championship challenging Di Grassi ever again. Nissan 7th with Oliver Rowland 10th and Norman Nato 18th. Oliver Rowland was the star of Season 10, 4th in the championship, 2 wins and only 40 points behind the champion despite missing 2 races due to illness. I do think that may have been a flash in the pan, and the likelihood of him doing it again is slim. Another win and regular points is still a good season for Oliver Rowland, But Norman Nato rejoins Nissan after a season at Andretti. I don't think he's all that good. He is going to be the chain that drags Nissan down to 7th, scoring at only a handful of races and finishing in 18th overall, which is about his level. Andretti 6th with Jake Dennis 9th and Nico Müller 13th. Jake Dennis's title defence did not go great, but he has been a race winner in all 4 of his Formula E seasons. I think this is going to be his worst season yet, but he will still take a win. He is a great driver, which is why he is a Red Bull development driver, but Andretti have a lot on their plate. I can't see Formula E being at the top of the list, and they're going to slip down to 6th overall, which is their normal position anyway. In the last 6 years, they have finished 5th, 5th, 6th, 6th, 3rd, and 5th. This is just their place. Nico Müller replaces Norman Nato, who replaced Andre Lotterer, and Nico Müller is an improvement. He had a very good season at Cupra last year, and he will do better than Nato. But Andretti will be in a worse place by the end of 2025, and Dennis and Müller won't be able to stop them from slipping down the table. Envision 5th with Sebastian Buemi 12th and Robin Freins 8th. Much like former rival Lucas Di Grassi, Sebastian Buemi has not been at his best for the last few years. He hasn't won since New York 2019. I think we're going to see another frustrating season for Buemi. More crashes, few points finishes, but there will be a couple of podiums and it will be enough to keep Envision at the top of the midfield. Robin Freins is Mr. Consistent and tends to be around the top 10 in the championship. He also hasn't won a Formula E race since New York in 2019, but this is his 6th season with Envision. He finished 9th last year and he'll do about the same this year. If either one of these drivers takes a win, I'll buy an Envision shirt and wear it in every video for a calendar year. DS Penske 4th with Jean-Eric Vergne 6th and Maximilian Günther 5th. This is a prediction I'm not very confident about. Günther is a really excellent driver. He has done a lot in Formula E, taken 5 wins, and there have been brilliant performances all over. But he has never finished higher than 7th. That is unacceptable for a driver of his talents. I think this could be a breakthrough year, and next year we can start talking about him as a real title contender. Jean-Eric Vergne is a 2-time champion who has finished in the top 5 in 7 out of 10 Formula E championships, and yet I have predicted his new German teammate is going to knock him out of the top 5. Am I insane? We'll see come July. Maserati 3rd with Stoffel Vandoorne 4th and Jake Hughes 11th. The only team to have a completely new lineup with Günther joining Penske and Jehan Daruvala being kicked out after a pretty awful debut season, they have essentially swapped Günther for another former champion in Stoffel Vandoorne. Since leaving Mercedes, he's had 2 average seasons around the top 10, but this is the year he goes on an assault for the championship, losing out in the final race. This will be Maserati's best year yet, and in Vandoorne they'll have a genuine team leader. Jake Hughes is a mixed bag. I thought he was a bit naff at times, but he did put in some good performances and was often a demon in qualifying. He has an issue with making results stick, so I think he'll have an average year, taking Vandoorne's usual place around the top 10, but Maserati will be propped up by Stoffel Vandoorne having an incredible season. Porsche 2nd with Pascal Wehrlein 3rd and Antonio Felix da Costa 7th. Maybe I'm being harsh on da Costa, seeing as he is an incredible race winner. 12 wins in Formula E, he had a run of 4 wins in 5 last season. That just doesn't happen in Formula E. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to outweigh the terrible results, and he was never really a title contender. It'll be another tough year for the Portuguese champion, but he will take a couple of wins and at one point be at the top of the all-time wins list in Formula E. Pascal Wehrlein is defending his championship, and again, he will be consistent and take results, but I think he'll lose out at the final race to a very game Jaguar pair. It'll be a valiant title defence, and Wehrlein is definitely one of the best drivers in Formula E. He doesn't win enough races, he's only won 7 in 80, and that fact will cost him right at the end of the season. Jaguar 1st, Mitch Evans 1st, and Nick Cassidy 2nd. Here we go again, Mitch Evans will be champion, something I have said several times before and it has never happened. But he has come close multiple times and 2025 will be his time to shine. He's ended the last 3 seasons, 2nd, 3rd and 2nd again. 2025 will absolutely be his year. He has been in the top 7 every year since 2017-2018. He scores decent points, he takes wins. Mitch Evans will just beat Nick Cassidy to the title. The pair of Jaguar Racing Kiwis will dominate this championship. Nick Cassidy has 8 wins himself, that's 20 between them, an 8th of every Formula E race ever, and they haven't even been there the whole time. They are 2 absolutely incredible racers. Jaguar have been knocking on the door of the Drivers' Championship for years. 2025 is absolutely their time. Maybe they can make an advert about it. So there are my predictions for the 2024-2025 season, Season 11 of Formula E. Will Jaguar dominate? Will Pascal Wehrlein successfully defend his title? Will someone else be champion come year's end? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know your predictions as well. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my reactions video to these predictions at season's end. Enjoy the start of Formula E in a couple of days. Thank you very much for watching and have a good one.